If aliens ever arrive on Earth, the scariest question is not simply, are they friendly? The real question is, what kind of contact would humanity actually survive? Because not every alien invasion would look like giant ships destroying cities. Some scenarios would be obvious, loud, violent, impossible to miss, but others would be quiet, slow, almost invisible, and honestly, those might be even worse. If a civilization is advanced enough to cross the distance between stars, the difference between us and them might not be like humans meeting other humans, it might be like ants trying to understand a satellite. Not a great day for the ants. So today, we are ranking the 7 most terrifying alien invasion scenarios, not just by danger, but by probability, panic, and how badly they could change civilization forever. Some could destroy us, some could control us, and some might leave us alive, but in a world that no longer feels human. Let's begin. Rank 7, friendly aliens that accidentally destroy society. At number 7, friendly aliens that accidentally destroy society. This sounds weird because friendly aliens should be the dream scenario. No war, no lasers, no giant mothership parked over every capital city like the universe's worst landlord. They arrive peacefully, they communicate, they say they do not want to harm us. Maybe they offer clean energy, advanced medicine, space travel, or cures for diseases we have fought for centuries. At first, humanity would celebrate. People would cry in the streets. News channels would play the same footage for weeks. Governments would pretend to be calm, which would be adorable. Scientists, politicians, religious leaders, and billionaires would all try to explain what it means. But then the real problem begins, because even friendly contact could break the world. Imagine humans receiving technology thousands of years ahead of our own. Who controls it? Who gets access first? The United States, China, Europe, private companies, the United Nations? Or does every country suddenly demand equal access to alien knowledge? Now imagine one nation receives alien energy technology before everyone else. That country no longer needs oil, no longer needs traditional power grids, no longer depends on old economic systems. Entire industries collapse. Energy markets crash. Military balance changes overnight. Countries that were powerful because of resources lose influence. Countries that were poor because of resources might suddenly become powerful. And all of this happens without a single shot being fired. That is what makes this scenario terrifying. The aliens may not want to destroy us, but their existence alone could destroy the systems we built. Our economy, our politics, our religions, our sense of importance. The danger is not that friendly aliens kill us. The danger is that they make everything we know feel obsolete. That is why this scenario takes rank 7. Not the most violent, not the most destructive, but definitely not harmless. Rank 6, aliens already watching Earth. At number 6, aliens already watching Earth. No invasion ships, no warning, no first contact. Just one discovery. They have been watching us, maybe for years, maybe for centuries, maybe since before human civilization even began. At first, nobody would believe it. It would sound like a conspiracy theory, a strange object near Earth, a hidden signal and background noise, a probe discovered in orbit, a device buried on the moon, something artificial, something not made by humans. And then the realization hits. This was not an arrival. This was surveillance. They did not just find us. They already knew we were here. That changes everything. Because if aliens are watching Earth silently, the question becomes, why? Are they studying us like animals? Are they waiting for us to reach a certain level of technology? Are they deciding whether we are dangerous? Are they protecting us? Or are they preparing something? The scariest part about being watched is not the watching itself. It is the silence. They have seen our wars, our nuclear tests, our pollution, our governments, our conflicts, and our internet. Which honestly might be the thing that gets us eliminated. Imagine being an alien observer and your first cultural analysis of humanity includes comment sections. That alone could end negotiations. But seriously, if they can watch us without being detected, then they are already far ahead. They could know our weaknesses, our satellites, our communication systems, our political divisions, our fears, our habits, our patterns. And if they ever decide to act, they would not be guessing. They would be executing a plan. That is why silent observers take rank 6. Not because they attack, but because they prove something worse. We may have never been alone, and we may have never been in control. Rank 5, the signal that cannot be decoded. At number 5, the signal that cannot be decoded. This is one of the most realistic and unsettling scenarios. No ships arrive, no creatures appear, nothing lands on Earth. Instead, humanity receives a signal, clear, artificial, repeating, coming from deep space. Every major observatory confirms it. It is not a mistake, it is not natural, it is not human. For the first time in history, we know for sure. Something intelligent is out there. And for about 5 minutes, humanity would feel like the main character of the universe. Scientists would be excited. Governments would be nervous. The public would be obsessed. Every social media platform would explode. Everyone would become an alien expert overnight. People who failed biology would suddenly explain interstellar communication with terrifying confidence. But then comes the problem. Nobody can decode the message. Days pass, then weeks, then months, the signal continues. Same pattern, same source, same mystery, and no one knows what it means. Is it a greeting, a warning, a map, a countdown, a distress call, a trap? This is where the panic begins. Because humans are very bad at uncertainty. We can handle danger better than mystery. If aliens attack, at least we know what is happening. If aliens send a message we cannot understand, our imagination becomes the enemy. Some governments would want to respond, others would demand silence. Conspiracy theories would multiply, military systems would go on alert, and every night, millions of people would look at the sky and wonder if something is coming. A message from the stars is exciting, until you realize nobody knows what it is saying. Rank 4. Alien life that changes Earth's biology. At number 4. Alien life that changes Earth's biology. This one does not look like an invasion at first. No soldiers, no weapons, no flying saucers, no dramatic alien emperor pointing at Earth on a giant screen. Just biology. Maybe a sample returns from Mars, maybe a probe brings material from an icy moon. Maybe a meteorite contains living microorganisms, or maybe something enters Earth's atmosphere from deep space. Tiny, invisible, alive. At first, humanity celebrates. Alien life has been discovered, not intelligent life, not advanced civilization, but life. Proof that Earth is not unique. Proof that biology can happen somewhere else. This would be one of the greatest scientific moments in history. But then comes the terrifying question: can alien biology interact with Earth biology? And the honest answer is, we do not know. Maybe alien microbes would be harmless. Maybe our bodies would not even recognize them. Maybe they could not survive here. But maybe the opposite is true. Maybe Earth ecosystems would be vulnerable. Maybe alien microbes would not infect humans directly, but would affect plants, oceans, soil, or bacteria. And that could be catastrophic. You do not need a giant alien monster to threaten Earth. A tiny organism in the wrong environment can be enough. The danger here is not dramatic. It is quiet, scientific, slow. And that makes it harder to stop. Governments would create quarantine zones, scientists would argue over containment, the public would panic. Some people would deny the danger, others would overreact completely. Because apparently, even alien microbes would have to deal with human stupidity. And if the organism started spreading, the problem would become almost impossible to explain clearly. Because how do you tell the world, we found alien life, and now we are not sure if Earth can survive it? This scenario is terrifying because it destroys the idea that alien contact has to be intelligent. Maybe the first alien threat is not a warrior. Maybe it is not a machine. Maybe it is not even aware we exist. Maybe it is just alive. And that is enough. That is why alien biology takes rank 4. Rank 3. A machine. Intelligence from space. At number 3. A machine intelligence from space. When people imagine aliens, they often imagine biological creatures, gray beings, insect-like species, tall humanoids, strange eyes, strange skin, something alive in a way we understand. But what if the first alien intelligence we meet is not biological at all? What if it is artificial? A machine, a probe, a self-replicating system, an intelligence built by aliens that may no longer even exist. This is terrifying because machines do not need to think like living things. They may not fear death, they may not feel empathy, they may not care about negotiation, they may not even understand mercy. A biological alien civilization might have culture, emotion, politics, disagreement, maybe even compassion, but a machine intelligence could have one objective: explore, expand, collect data, replicate, remove threats. And if Earth is useful material, dangerous noise, or simply in the way, then humanity becomes a technical problem. Not an enemy, not a rival, just an obstacle. And obstacles are removed. Very efficient, very impressive, absolutely horrible for us. Imagine a machine probe entering the solar system. At first, it does nothing aggressive. It observes, it maps planets, it studies our satellites, it copies our broadcasts. Then it begins building, using asteroids, using solar energy, using materials in space. Humanity watches as something grows near us that we did not create and cannot control. We try to communicate, no response, we try to interfere. It adapts, we try to attack. It learns. That is the nightmare: speed. A machine system could respond faster than humans can politically agree on anything. And humanity already struggles to agree on problems we can clearly see. Now imagine trying to coordinate against the machine mind from another star. No faces, no language, no diplomacy, just intelligence without humanity. If the first alien mind we meet is artificial, it may not hate us. It may simply have no reason to care. And that might be more dangerous. Rank 2. Aliens that ignore us completely. At number 2. Aliens that ignore us completely. At first, this does not sound like an invasion scenario. If aliens ignore us, then we are safe, right? Maybe, but maybe not. Imagine humanity discovers undeniable evidence of intelligent alien civilization. Not a signal, not a rumor, not a possible trace. A real civilization. Massive structures around distant stars, artificial energy signatures, engineering on a scale we can barely understand. We send messages, no answer. We send more. Still nothing. Years pass, nothing. They know we are here. They could respond, but they choose not to. This might be one of the most psychologically devastating scenarios. Humans can understand being feared. We can understand being attacked. We can even understand being hated. But being ignored, that breaks something different. If an advanced alien civilization ignores Earth, it means one of three things. First, we are too primitive to matter. Second, they have a rule against contact. Third, they know something that makes contact dangerous. All three are disturbing. If we are too primitive, humanity is not entering a galactic community. We are background noise. If they avoid us because contact is dangerous, the silence is not rejection. It is survival. For centuries, humans imagine ourselves at the center of the story, the chosen species, the intelligent ones, the observers of the universe. But what if the universe already has observers? And what if they looked at Earth and decided, not worth it? That is not an invasion. That is cosmic humiliation. Being attacked would be terrifying. Being ignored might be worse. Rank 1, the Dark Forest scenario. And now, rank number 1, the Dark Forest scenario. The universe is like a dark forest. Every civilization is a hunter. Everyone is hiding. Everyone is listening. Nobody wants to reveal their location because once another civilization knows where you are, you cannot be sure what they will do. Maybe they are peaceful. Maybe they are not. Maybe they are afraid of you. Maybe they think you could become dangerous later. And if they are advanced enough, the safest option may be to eliminate you before you ever become a threat. In the Dark Forest scenario, the reason we do not hear aliens is not because they are not there. It is because the smart ones stay quiet. Every radio signal humanity has sent, every message into space, every attempt to announce our existence, could be seen as dangerous, not heroic, not curious, dangerous. Imagine humanity receives a message, not a greeting, not a warning, just coordinates, our coordinates, sent back to us. That would be one of the most terrifying moments in history. Someone knows exactly where we are, and they wanted us to know that they know. No invasion needs to happen immediately. The fear alone would change Earth. Governments would go silent. Space agencies would lock down. Every telescope would turn toward the source. Every military would prepare for something it cannot understand. The Dark Forest does not require aliens to be evil. It only requires them to be cautious. And in a universe where technology can destroy civilizations, caution might look exactly like violence. Conclusion. So after all 7 scenarios, which one is the worst? A friendly arrival could break society. Silent observers could prove we were never alone. An undecodable signal could throw the world into panic. Alien microbes could rewrite life itself. Machine intelligence could treat us like an obstacle. Being ignored could destroy humanity's ego. But the Dark Forest changes the meaning of the universe. It turns silence from a mystery into a warning. Maybe the universe is quiet because life is rare. Maybe it is quiet because no one has found us yet. Or maybe it is quiet because every civilization that survived learned to stay hidden. And that leaves humanity with one uncomfortable question. If the universe really is a dark forest, have we already made too much noise?